Boy, this flashlight took so long to release. After they announced it, it reminded me of GTA 6. I mean, first of all, we all know that Olight is the Apple, the iPhone, the Macintosh of the flashlight world. So when they make an announcement, especially with cult classic type of flashlights, it gets people's attention. The Arc failed. It was very popular. Let me grab my old one, matter of fact. So before I had any type of relationship with Olight whatsoever, I bought the ArkPro, the OG flashlight. Full disclosure, Olight sent this to me like well before it's released. They're not paying me any bread. I'll have an affiliate link down below. So if you decide to purchase this to my affiliate link, you'll be helping the channel out and all of that good stuff. I like the ArkPro. I bought it with my own money. There was a few things I didn't like about it. So when they came out with I think the ArkPro Pro and all the releases that came after this, I didn't accept any from Olight because I didn't really feel it. You know what I'm saying? There was some things I needed. And I think that they made all the improvements that I needed in my life. First off, the Olight ArkPro. They have the ArkPro Ultra and the ArkPro Lite. Lite just doesn't have the laser on the side. The Ultra just has a different way for you to get battery indicators with pulsating lights. I would also like to check out that Ultra. The ArkPro does seem to be like the Goldilocks zone for features and things that you may want out of this flashlight. Please don't sleep on this unibody design. It's effing sexy AF. The way that Olight made this and they CNC machine all this grip and knurling on the side, you can definitely tell and feel what it feels like. Two-tone color. First flashlight on the market to have this two-tone coloring. It's just freaking dope. And they did this unibody design, which just alleviates the need for an absorbent amount of screws when you're making this out of literally just two pieces of metal and only one piece of metal in the back to just kind of cover up the battery compartment, and then the rest of the flashlight all just one big chunk of metal. I mean, and then they laser engraved the word laser, which is sweet. That's the best way to do it, I guess. It's a 3R laser. So the laser does dim different levels. It's a green laser, which is better at cutting through different elements around you and all that good stuff. Let's talk about the battery door, which I really like. The charging door, rather. So here, USB-C charging, and the door actually gives you a little bit of a give. So if you have a fatter USB-C cable instead of the one that comes with it, you got a little bit more room to kind of stick that in there. I can appreciate that. Also, I can appreciate the fact they're not making you just only use their MCC charger, which is their proprietary charger, which is what you will hook up at the bottom, which is included in the box. So that's pretty dope. Still don't have a way to carry this via a lanyard. If you care about that type of stuff, this might not be the flashlight for you. The user interface is very good. This button in the middle is easy to use. You get a battery indicator and you get what light setting you're on. So you can kind of see, I just turned this on. I have the UV light. The UV light is on a lower setting, and I can actually press this and the UV light will go up. So there's different settings for this actual professional, I would say professional grade UV light. I know that's a weird thing to say about a UV light, but it really is. If you're working in an industrial type of area, you're constantly checking passports, you're constantly at the front door of a nightclub checking to see if driver's licenses are real, you're constantly checking dollar bills or whatever. Light shifts very often in the environment that you're in. You use a UV light a lot. You may really like this flashlight, and you may like the fact it charges with USB Type-C instead of just their MCC charger. So you do get a switch knob, which will get you a spot beam and a kind of like a flood beam. So the spot is very, very good now. I mean, we got a really good spot beam. Matter of fact, let's just go, hey, Google, turn off the man cave lights. So we go without.
I've turned off the man cave lights.
We're going to go off no lights whatsoever. Look at that. Very clean looking spot beam. I can hold this and get brighter. It goes down low. Now, when it's off, if I hold it down, I'm going to get their moonbeam mode, which is 1 lumen. You can't barely see that, but I can still go to low, medium, high. That's really good. And then I can switch this. One of my favorite features about this flashlight is I can switch it and get that flood beam while the flashlight is already on. That's in high. That's low, medium, back to high. All right, and also we can get now, why would you want a flood mode if you're working up and close on something? You want to have a flood mode versus a spot beam. Let's go back to the spot beam. Let's triple tap and get a strobe. So you get a strobe, which could be useful. Now, only 1500 lumens. The strobe may not be super useful for like self-defense, but it would be good and useful for getting someone's attention. So let's say you're working a nightclub and you're trying to get traffic to go a certain way. You can hit the strobe mode and get people to come drive a specific direction. Or if you're trying to get people to free up get out of a walkway of a nightclub or whatever, it does have its usefulness. Okay, then you can go to the UV light. You can kind of see that here as well. And then we got the green laser, which can be used. The green laser can be used in a momentary way, which is what I'm doing right here when I'm holding it down, or it can be constant on, which is what I did here. And when it's on, you can actually press it and go through different brightness levels for that laser. You see it's at its lowest setting. You can go higher. Very, very good with the settings they have on here. Let's see if you can see the laser a little bit here. So if I go here and I actually hold this down, I got a lower laser, mid. So it's 2 settings for the laser, which is very good. I like that. UV light as well. This is just a very well done flashlight. That's the flood mode. This is what the spot beam looks like. So why in the world would you want to spend the money on this flashlight versus other flashlights, which are giving you 3-in-1, sometimes 4-in-1 like this one can do, because you can use the laser while the lights are on? Well, you're going to want to be able to do stuff. There are lights from Ace Beam, from Nightcore, from Workos. There's so many competitors through Night. A lot of competitors are doing this. You're really doing this because you like the build quality. That's one major reason why you would do this. If you have the OG ArkPro, do you upgrade to the ArkPro? Yeah, probably so. I mean, not only for the additional white light output, but just the fact that you're getting the ability to have all this functionality, a bigger battery, I think a better grip. I think it's just a lot of great features to it. The design, you cannot sleep on the designing that they did on this flashlight. Just a lot of different features. You can get your engraving on the front if you want to. I did my own engraving, but you can do engraving on their website as you're doing the checkout process. You get the very good stainless steel pocket clip, which is less likely to break, and it's reversible. You can wear it on a hat and all that good stuff. A lot of great features on this bad boy. And if you create an account with Olight, this flashlight's even cheaper. If you get it in different colors, the pricing is a little bit different. Check the pricing, the links down below for the best pricing for this flashlight. I would say the only mistake that I think Olight, they did build up a lot of hype behind the ArkPro with the announcement, but whatever delayed the manufacturing and release process, I think really did kind of could put a little bit of wind in the opposite way of those sales, right? Maybe kind of took the wind out of the sails, as we would kind of say here in America. But it's still a very good flashlight. If there's something you're thinking about upgrading to or grabbing, let me know. We're going to do a future comparison video with the Nightcore EDC 17, because if the Olight's not your jam, the ED17 might just be the way that you want to go. First time stopping by, hit the subscribe button. I would love to have you a part of the battalion. If this is not your first time stopping by, well, thank you once again for watching me run my great. For everyone else, we'll speak soon.